What we do here is go back.
I think we got one more topic to discuss. That's TFC. They're going to the CONCACAF Champions League Finals. Any thoughts on that?
Are you surprised?
I thought these Mexican teams were better.
Good. I'm glad you said that because boy was I underwhelmed by these Mexican teams.
I thought they were much better.
They've showed me little to nothing that proves that they're better than Toronto FC.
Or maybe TFC is just that good.
That could be one way of looking at it. But out of both legs, how many times did the opposition really threaten and really make you think that they could knock Toronto FC out? Maybe that's because Toronto FC was on the front foot in both competitions. But
I think Columbus gave TFC more of a scare than Tigres and Club America.
I think you're probably right, to be quite honest.
I just think it's a systematic thing in terms of where teams in MLS have intelligent number 10s that could really exploit that TFC midfield. Club America is playing like a flat 4-4-2 and just relying on wing play. And TFC are pretty disciplined enough and organized to deal with that threat. And although we here at the interviews are not big fans of Drew Moore. No, we're not big fans. We haven't been impressed with Drew Moore and Zavaleta this season. They're able to cope. And when you have Alex Bono playing the way he's playing, you're going to be okay. Because he's made some big saves. And
Huge saves.
I don't think that should be swept under the rug.
He was extremely good.
But if you're the biggest teams in Mexico and you're preparing for this game, and you don't really have an idea on how to stop Giovinco, and we live in 2018. There is video footage. There are tons of scouts and people that analyze these games that, not saying us, but like people that should be in your camp.
Man, there's YouTube.
There's YouTube.
While you're there, subscribe to our channel.
There are guys there that should be in your camp that should be analyzing these teams and figuring out their weaknesses. And you as a coach should probably do that as well. And these last two games, these two ties, I haven't seen them have any idea how to stop Altidore, any idea how to stop Giovinco. And it's just I've been disappointed. I thought that the quality would be better, not more. And it's been pretty much a cruise for TFC. I know they've gone to tough environments, and I know it's impressive because given what we've seen from MLS teams in the past, nothing has come close to this, but I think it's been smooth sailing for them. I don't think they've really been tested. I think there have been times where they've had to suffer, and that does come in a two-legged tie. There are going to be moments where you're not dominating, but as a whole, I think they've been good enough. And if those two teams are the best teams, you want to know what's going to be funny? Is that...
Don't even say it.
I'm not saying it's going to happen because I think they're going to win. But, boy, would I not be surprised.
If they struggle?
If Chivas Guadalajara is the team to beat them after everyone hyped up these last two teams.
Yeah.
Just because.
That's usually how it works, right?
Just because.
I hope they respect TFC more because I almost think it comes down to simply the previous two teams didn't respect Toronto FC enough. Because you can't give Giovinco that much space. I don't care what quality you think Giovinco is. He's still one of, if not the better players.
He's still probably better than every player on your team.
Exactly. So for you to allow him that much space, not provide your back four any protection, the amount of space in the midfield that was provided to Toronto FC is absolutely appalling. The fact that Giovinco can drop deep and see that much possession and link play with... or Delgado to run into possession, or Osorio to have that much position to get up the field.
It's criminal.
They made everybody look like world beaters. And as good as Toronto FC are, there's ways to go at them.
Yep.
If I'm any of the opposing team, there's two players you really focus on. You shut out Bradley, you shut out Giovinco, and you're going to really do much better than the previous two teams did.
And I haven't seen any one of those teams attempting to do that.
Look at the two games they lost. Higuain a good number 10, no answer for him.
Yep. Yeah.
Piatti, Toronto FC had no answer for that. There are ways to get at Toronto FC.
Yeah. And those are two totally different players playing in that same role. And one Bradley couldn't cope with. The other one destroyed Bradley and pressed him out of the game. So I agree with you fully. And it's funny that I feel like TFC, although they're going to play Colorado this weekend and they should win, they're going to get more of a test in domestic play than in this CONCACAF Champions League that I think the media, both medias, have been hyping up. I can understand why the Toronto media is, because it's
a good story.
Yeah, it's a good story, and we've never been there. And I think that just to win, because I don't think anyone would have expected that 5 years ago, So I understand why. But I think you're right in terms of that. The other side are just being naive, because I feel like they look down because it's MLS and because it's Toronto FC. But like we've said, this is not your normal MLS side.
No, far from it.
Far from it. Far from it.
There's no other team in the MLS that has this many options.
And you have to think about it. Mavinga's still out.
Yep.
Victor Vasquez is still out.
Morrow.
Some
of the MLS teams can barely scrape together a starting 11.
Yeah.
Never mind 15, 16, 17 players who can come into any side.
Ashton Morgan's playing left wing back.
Kudos, shout out to him. He had a very good 2 ties.
Yes, he did. I don't know what's wrong with it. I feel like they're hearing me, but him, Osorio,
yeah.
I say one bad thing and then you just want to start playing well.
The streets are listening.
Yeah.
The streets.
The streets. The streets. What streets are they in?
Not where we are. That's
But no, kudos to TFC. I just was never really in doubt once Osorio scored that goal. There were a few situations where they did suffer a bit, and Club America did make that tactical change where they brought on, I forgot the young kid's name, Linus.
Yeah.
And they brought on Diaz, and it gave them a different look. But they were comfortable, totally comfortable. And they didn't even have a counterattacking threat from Jovinko because Altidore got hurt. And then, hey, I've talked bad about Ricketts too, so... you definitely know he's going to score this weekend. But he didn't really offer much. And then Hasler could have ended it after some great play from Jordan Hamilton, I was surprised that he could even pull that off. And Hasler missed that. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
But they have something there. They have the core. Alex Bono's growing into something special. You feel like the back line's just going to get better when Mavinga comes back. And Gregory settled into his role. And then the midfield 3... Bradley, Osorio, and Delgado have worked well. They're eventually going to slide Vasquez in. But we'll learn more about this team as the season progresses. Obviously, it's just started, but I just feel like MLS teams have come to a grips. And I feel like you said, if they could attack Bradley or pester him and get at him, they have a chance. And if teams with intelligent number 10s that can move into those spaces, he doesn't want to move into there. And I feel like there are teams in the league that could give them a few problems. But like I said, they're the favorites, and whether the Mexican media believes it or not, they are the favorites going into this final.
Do you see...
I'm not a fan that it's a two-legged final.
Should be a one-off.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, do you see if Vasquez is fit to play? Can you see him? Does he automatically come into the lineup? Or do they not tinker with what's working right now?
I think Vanny's earned the respect, and he has the intelligence that I don't think he'll rush it unless he feels it's right in terms of slotting him in there. I think he's earned that respect from the team that if you were to tell Vasquez, okay, I know you're fit, but this has worked, we'll phase you into the season, or you'll get into the game eventually and work through it. I don't think there would be any much of an issue.
You have to. He's pulled all the right strings so far.
Yeah.
And that's an impressive on his end.
Yeah, and I think he's managed everything well enough that he'll do it if he feels it's right.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything bad to say about him, to be honest.
No, even just the simple going to the back 3 with Gregory going in as the right center back. He made a good call on doing that.
Yeah.
It's the awareness of kudos to him for the awareness of knowing his players and knowing the job that they can do, their limitations, and everything a coach should know about their side, really.
Yeah, I thought it was impressive. I wasn't expecting this, and I don't know if they've proven us wrong, but they've proven the Mexican media wrong because they counted TFC out a long time ago, and I don't think any of those teams are better than TFC. So
no, but that doesn't change that whole narrative. Oh, the MLS is getting close to the Mexican teams or whatever the case is.
No, because TFC is one team.
Exactly. They're separate from the rest of the class.
Yeah.
And that needs to be taken into account as well.
Yeah.
They're so much better than everybody else.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. It makes it enjoyable to watch, at least.
Exactly. I have no gripes with what you're saying. I think we're on the same page with the whole TFC, Club America, Tigres, CONCACAF Champions League thing.
And how did the whole? I'd like to know how the whole they play away or they play at home first thing. Is that seeding or?
Block Boys.
Because it would have been nice to potentially win something here.
Block Boys, we need some information. I'm not too sure. We got to figure that out.
We're gonna have to go do.
We're not doing our job.
Do some research after this.
Yeah, we're trash.
Well, I figure maybe because last year's team won was a Mexican side or something along those lines.
Maybe
they make up funny rules.
It would have some like North American twist to it.
Yeah, they make some weird rules in these competitions. But kudos to TFC. They continue to prove most people wrong.
Yep.
And even me to a certain extent, because I didn't know if I always gave the Mexican teams a little more credit, especially at home. Yeah. And the way that TFC have gone about things away from home has been extremely impressive. Never have they really looked under the gun, on the brink of losing the tie or anything like that. It's been very controlled over their whole competition.
Yep.
Colorado gave them more problems in the first round.
Yeah, which is
it must have been the cold.
God. No comment.
Playing in -30 is rough.
No comment. Anything else before we wrap this up?
We hit it all, man.
We hit it all. Anything you excited for this weekend?
Yo, you know.
Why am I asking that? Porto Benfica. Fabs is going to be on the edge of his seat.
That's going to be my whole season in an hour and a half, 2 hours.
If Porto loses, we're going to roll reverse, and he's going to be angry like me.
I'll definitely have a few more opinions on my mind.
And he's going to be ranting a lot about that, but that's this weekend. Lazio Roma this weekend. You told me it was Barca Valencia?
Yeah, Saturday.
Barca Valencia Saturday. Spurs against Manchester City.
The Riviera Derby.
Yeah, something in Germany.
It doesn't really matter too much.
We're terrible. Don't worry. Next season, we got the Bundesliga on lock next season for like the first 3 months that it matters, but we've got it locked.
If you're a fan, it's definitely a good weekend to watch anything.
Yeah.
There's lots to see.
Start watching games. I think that's going to be my motto. We got to get a shirt with a hashtag that says start watching games. Because, I'm just tired of these social media comments, man. And people
I want a Blog Boy shirt.
Yeah, I don't know. We got to talk to Bill
KD?
Simmons and KD to see if they copyrighted that.
We can use the license on that.
Yeah, but we do need a Blog Boy shirt.
Hey, since the first shirt's been a hit,
yeah,
the next one will only be more successful.
Yeah, I'm going to wear it everywhere just to piss people off.
We're going to get out a 2018 shirt rolling soon.
And the jig is up.
Yes.
You know it.
The ideas are flowing.
So many games, so little time, but this is the place for you to get all the analysis and commentary that you need. There is no script. There is no censorship. We tell you everything you need to know. We don't sugarcoat everything. It's the interviews. You could find us on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel. We upload videos every day. I don't know if we're going to be uploading one today, but we do upload videos every day. We're also on Facebook. For those on Facebook Live, salute for stopping by and leaving comments, or just even stopping by and liking it, or even just stopping by to hear me rant for like 5 seconds and realizing that you didn't like it. But you could come to the interviews and follow our page, like some of the videos, check them out. Show them to your family members. We also have this podcast. This is episode number 16, the InnerViews Podcast on iTunes. Subscribe to that. And if you're an Android user, like I said, I don't know what you guys use, but you could subscribe to whatever podcast app you use there. And we pod basically once a week, breaking down the weekend. And if there are midweek games or Champions League games, we get to that as well. We don't sleep. We give you organic, unfiltered soccer analysis, and this is a place to be, and you should share it with everyone that loves the sport because we love it as much as they do.
And once the domestic season's over, we'll gear you up for the whole World Cup.
Oh, we'll be here, World Cup. Trust me, if there's any place you want to be for the World Cup, it's here. Pools. Well, we don't promote gambling, but be here. We are not going to let you down.
And we're not going to be the type of the duo to give you any false information.
Yeah.
Secondly, we're just not going to talk about England, Spain, Germany, Italy.
We're not going to let
We're going to give it
cat
all
out of the bag. We got something special for you for the World Cup. And you should be there for that. But in the meantime, videos every day, podcast on iTunes and your Android apps, Facebook page, like it. I think you follow it, like it, follow it. The InnerViews Podcast on YouTube. The InnerViews, the place to be. It's your guy Tyrrell.
It's your guy Fab.
And we're out.